Hello, welcome to another YouTube only series. This time we're playing Crying Sons. I've not really heard much about this. I've not played it before. All that's happened is it was available on Epic Store a while back, and I've had it in my library for a long time, just sitting there staring at me. And yeah, I thought today, right, why not pull it out and give it a go. So yeah, welcome. I hope this is enjoyable. I hope it's good. All I know is it's some sort of tactical roguelite. So yeah. But welcome. This is going to be, I don't know how many episodes or whatever, and I don't know when exactly they're going to be released. I'm currently doing this on like days off during, so I stream on Twitch and I work as well. So I've got like certain times where I can kind of sit down and record some more stuff. So, yeah. I am actually thinking of doing more stuff like this as well. Stuff that's just more kind of direct to YouTube. I feel that it's a bit more of a chilled vibe, maybe. A bit more of a kind of, we can just focus on the gameplay and kind of just go through the games like that. As well, there's a ton of stuff that I would love to play and get through, yeah, I would like to be able to get more of that stuff out there. So, yeah, but we'll see how that goes. There's a lot of different things that I need to be doing, as well as, a massive part of that is uploading the general stream footage. So. Yeah, there's a few things, but there we go. All good. Point is, I'm going to be doing some more of this stuff, and yeah, starting with Crying Sons. I've done one straight to YouTube series before, which is The Last of Us 2, which was amazing. I loved doing that. I loved the kind of different feel of it, just being kind of, me and you. Me and the computer, me and the game, whatever. So, yeah. Right, so let's get into it. I've just loaded up the game. I believe there was some sort of intro little thing when I loaded the game up, but it's not here now. I don't know. It might play again. We'll see. I'm on full screen mode, just helps me out. If I click off the actual screen, the audio stops. So I'm going to try and not have to do that as much as possible. But if it does happen and the audio cuts out, then that'll be why. There's not much I can do about that, unfortunately, but there we are. Right, so just that there. Okay, cool. Right, let's see what this is all about. New run, Crying Sons. Chapter 1, Echoes. Ellis, Idaho, where am I? Caliban. Okay. A dwarf planet on the outer rim, most call it Gehenna. It's a top secret cloning facility for the Imperial forces, the one and only of its kind. I'm Caliban, its Omni Guardian. I don't understand. You have died, Admiral, or to put it another way, the true version of you has died. You are his clone, identical to the original Ellis Idaho in every possible way, with some minor differences. When did Admiral Idaho die? How? Okay, so we're a clone. Unfortunately, I do not know the details of my clones' lives, as interesting as they must be. Extraneous to my directives, I believe. Which leads me to why I've awoken you. You must be curious after all. I need your help. A machine asking for my help. Now I feel truly strange. Not just a machine, Admiral. An Omni. Short for Omni Mechanical Neo-N Intelligence. Emperor Oberon invented us. Now your kind relies on us for just about everything. I'll come right out with it. I believe the Empire is in danger. In danger? What in the name of Oberon are you talking about? Once every 4 years, under the most secretive of protocols, I receive a single transmission from Elysium, our capital. Those transmissions stopped arriving. So you send the transmission yourself? I don't see the problem. That's just it, I can't. This facility was built in such a way to prevent it from initializing contact with the Empire, to help keep it a secret. Something is wrong. I'm certain of it. And I've awoken you so that we can fly out of here, in an Omega-class battleship no less, and see for ourselves. We? I believe you'll find my intelligence indispensable for our mission, Admiral. I don't have your kind's limitations. If you're so smart, what do you need me for? Why don't you command the battleship? Because of Oberon's Rubicon. It prohibits Omnis from commanding battleships. War is a human prerogative. Also, since I can assume the clones here are the best of the best, that would make you the best Imperial Admiral to ever exist. I'd say you're perfect for the job. I'll do it, machine. For Oberon and the Empire. It's my duty as an Imperial Admiral. Excellent. Now, just one more thing. Standard operating procedure requires I ask, can you recall any of your emotional memories? Emotional memories? Any memory linked to a strong emotion, like love or hate. These memories, because of their complex neural pathways, will be a bit trickier for you to access, I'm afraid. I'm not sure. Then if you would do me the honor of trying to recall one. Any emotional memory will do. I can't. So much is blurred, broken apart. Don't worry, Admiral. Perfectly normal for this stage. You'll find rational memories, on the other hand, those linked to Idaho's training and combat experience, almost immediately accessible. Just ask if you need a refresher. Okay. Lastly, and this is important, if these emotional memories return, rather when they return, you must tell me immediately. It's important for your safety. Yes, your safety. Do you understand? I understand. Perfect. Now, let's wake up the rest of the crew, shall we? We don't have a moment to waste. And please, Admiral. What is it now, machine? Call me Caliban. Holy shit. Okay. Information. Okay, Gehenna Battleship Omega Crafter Interface. Gaboki. Select the battleship class, right. So we've got a complete chapter 1, chapter 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so it looks like 5 chapters. That's cool. We've got Void class here. So, Excelsior class. Gehenna's tech. squadrons. Oh, so upgrade level squadrons. Information. Add a squadron dock to use an additional squadron in battle. The more squadron docks you have, the more units can fight for your ship. Okay. Add officer-based assistance to power up or repair your squadron system. Decrease time the squadron docks are locked after a squadron has been destroyed. So at the minute it takes 13 seconds for them to repair. Okay. Weapons. Add weapon docks to use additional weapons in battle. The more weapon docks you have, the greater your firepower. You still need to have enough available weapons to dock them. Add officer-based assistance to power up or repair your weapon system. The hull. Add hull bars to your ship to increase its life. Damaged bars are automatically repaired after winning a battle. All fires are put out after hull bar destruction. Hardened hull. Makes each hull more durable. Hull integrity support. Add officer-based assistance to repair or strengthen your hull. Heat capacitor. Increases maximum heat capacity of all systems. Fuel scavenging efficiency. Increase Caliban's ability to scavenge Neo-N from hypercubes. Current level, scavenging Neo-N hypercube cannot fail. Okay. Navigation scanner, increase intel on stellar systems. Ground distress signal efficiency allows the expeditionary force to retreat more often and in better conditions during expeditions. Allows for one retreat during each expedition. Okay. And then auxiliary systems. Can't select those, but starting units. The Fighter Mark 1. 60 health, 5 damage per second. Fine, okay. Massive damage bonus versus drones. Frigate, 100 health, less damage per second, but it's massive damage bonus versus fighters. And drones, 80 health, 3 damage per second, 1 melee damage, but it must have a faster attack speed, right? Massive damage bonus versus frigates. Okay, so that damages the drones, that damages the fighters, that damages the frigates. Wait, what's patched mean? Patched? Okay. Pierce a laser Mark 1, damage 15, delay 22 seconds. This is like a special move or something, I guess. Right. Let's just go for normal, I guess. Let's go for normal. Neo-N fuel. Each time you travel to a new planet or system, it costs you 1 unit. Currency to upgrade your battleship. And then commandos. Trained soldiers that can be sent on expeditions or used during events. So there's some like faster than light similarities going on here. Certain things, it seems. So you have 2 officers left to select. Right. Select the officer clones. Got a scientist, Ji Chung. Proximity repair. Cooldown 15 seconds. Apply regen to all squadrons in your deploy zone for 10 seconds. Okay, 2 health per second. That's good. She's good at engineering and hacking. Oh dear, right, okay. Lasedi Watanabe. Squadron's DPS is up 15%. It's decent. She's good at discretion and sharp senses. Rayanch Cho. Not Crow. So squadron speed plus 25%. Sharp senses and persuasion. Alright, Patricia Munier. Advanced reload. Okay, so let's go for... Special Officer DNA Database. There's loads of these officers' DNAs at the bottom there. Aha! Right, okay. These icons represent the battleship's main systems. An officer needs to be assigned to a system compatible with their special ability to use it. Special ability. In case of critical damages in a battleship's system, all officers in the system will repair it with no compatibility issues. Fine. Skills are used to resolve situations. It's often a good idea to maximize the number of different skills you have among your officers. Sure. Yeah, because there's a bit of an overlap here, right? So maybe we go for... If we go for some speed... Let's go for Rayan Chow. And... Do we want piloting? Or maybe... Maybe we go for Jia Chung. How about that? Okay, everything is ready, Admiral. Chapter 1, here we go. These are the sectors of the Outer Rim, Admiral. The farthest sectors from the capital that there are. If there was ever a wasteland in the Empire, this would be it. Strange, I'm not picking up other Omnis. Even out here, I should be picking up dozens of them. Let's try not to overact, machine. It's probably nothing. Overreact. Not overacting. The Empire has run flawlessly for how many years now? 700. And it will do so for hundreds more. Now, come on. Let's take a look around. Okay, so... Anomaly signals are the riskiest events you'll encounter, offering very positive or negative outcomes. You won't know which type of event it is until arriving at the signal's source. Okay, let's go here. Cost 1 Neo-N to reach. Mahasich JK377. I don't know what these are. Let's go here then. Huh. That looks cool. What do we have here, Lieutenant? It appears to be some kind of cube-like refinery, sir. It's a Neo-N hypercube. Omnitech for the simultaneous harvesting and refining of neutrinium from nearby stars. Interesting, if not downright bizarre. This cube isn't connected to the fold net. How could that be? And why aren't there hypercube Omnis trying to reconnect it as I speak? Ask for explanations. Certain things are still blurry to me, machine. What do you want to know, Admiral? Ask about Neo-N. Hundreds of years ago, pre-Omni times, the first advanced machines discovered the existence of the final element, neutrinium, which exists usually but not always in stars. Neutrinium is extremely volatile in its natural state, but these advanced machines stabilized and improved upon it, providing the most powerful and longest-lasting energy source yet, neo-neutrinium, or Neo-N. Wow. Neo-N, in turn, allowed these first machines to create an even more advanced machine, the Omni, an acronym for Omni Mechanical Neo-N Intelligence. But I thought you told me Oberon invented the Omnis. I did. You're absolutely right. But technically it's not entirely true. Oberon invented the first advanced machines, which in turn, thanks in part to their creation of Neo-N, invented the Omnis. Neo-N, in its refined state, is the perfect energy source, stable and almost boundless in its energy yield. As a result, it's used in just about all Omni-tech, as humans stopped inventing tech hundreds of years ago. Lastly, what's important about Neo-N is that our very own battleship, the NS Odysseus, uses it. And without it, we can't go anywhere. Okay, ask about the FoldNet. As you probably recall, the Omnis have invented and managed Imperial tech more or less since the dawn of the Empire. The FoldNet, arguably our greatest achievement, forms the backbone of the Empire. Think of it as a global galactic network allowing instant data and/or matter transmissions through its numerous interconnected folders and beacons. And without the constant vigilance and management of FoldNet Omnis, none of it would be possible, and humanity would live in a fragmented, chaotic darkness. Needless to say, it's important. Folders. Let me see if I can explain this to you in a way that you could possibly understand. In the early days of the Empire, at a speed of 100 times that of light, the interstice offered the fastest space travel available. It was fast, don't get me wrong, but traveling from cluster to cluster could still take decades. To assist Empire administration, and just because we could, the Omnis invented a means to travel from 2 points in space instantaneously. The folders. Yes, each folder, several kilometers across, is linked or paired with another folder through a process of... This is going to be really difficult to explain to a non-quantum computing entity. Essentially, all you need to know is that these paired folders collapse or fold space for a very brief amount of time so as to join 2 points in space previously unjoined. Without the folders, Oberon could never have grown his empire nor kept it together for the 700 years that he has. Each folder is run by an Omni. These Omnis are cleverly known as folder Omnis. Without them, the folders simply cannot work. Lastly, in order to reach Elysium, the Empire's capital, on our journey, we will have to use several folders. But why can't we just teleport to Elysium directly? We are deep in the Outer Rim. The few folders paired with Elysium will be found only in very important hubs. Okay, we'll need to reach those first. Beacons. What can you tell me about FoldNet beacons? The beacons, which we'll most likely encounter on our journey, function as repeaters, amplifying all FoldNet data transmission throughout the clusters. Beacons allow all Empire citizens, even if they live out here on the Outer Rim, and are, for all intents and purposes, socially and culturally irrelevant, to receive and send information in the galaxy instantly. Oberon believes that everyone has the right to instantaneous information and materials in his sectors. Quite debatable, if you ask me. Okay, this is great. We're getting like a good sort of understanding of how this world works. I just spilled some water on my shirt. Oh well. It's just water. Okay, learn more about the interstice. The interstice? The interstice is another Omni-invented tech, one of the first great inventions, and one developed long before the folders. With their interstitial tech, the Omnis created an empty space dimension between the ones you know, what we call a tunnel, where the universal light speed behaves, let's say, differently. They created an empty space dimension between the ones you know, a tunnel, where the universal light speed behaves differently. In an interstitial tunnel, it's possible to reach up to 100 times the speed of light, the speed that allows your kind to colonize their nearest stars. However, interstitial travel still has its limitations. For example, at this speed it would take you 750 years to travel from one end of the Empire to the other, a period of time greater than the age of the Empire itself, hence the need for folders. However, the interstice is sufficient when traveling intra-cluster and within that cluster's sectors. Got you. Okay, so we've got interstitial travel on the small scale, folders on the large, and we're trying to head to the Empire, the seat of the Empire. Okay. That's enough for now, machine. What do you want to do about this hypercube, Admiral? Send a small team to investigate the cube. Captain Lynch, form a small squadron. Fly around the cube and tell me what you see. On it, sir. So I guess... Sir, the Omni was right. The cube isn't connected to the FoldNet. And by the looks of it, hasn't been connected in years. Just a guess here, but I'd say it looks like it's been disconnected for maybe 10, 15 years. 10 or 15 years? At least, sir. Could the Empire have, I don't know, disconnected it on purpose? I don't think so, Admiral. I'm not a cube Omni myself, but cubes are complex tech needing constant supervision. Disconnecting it would make that all but impossible. And the Neo-N levels? Empty, sir. There's no Neo-N here whatsoever. Looks like whoever came before us took all of it. We won't be fueling here. The reserves might be empty, but there could still be some residual Neo-N coursing through the cube. I should be able to unlock this final restraint so that we can scavenge the leftovers. It won't be much, but it will help our efforts. There. We should be able to scavenge Neo-N fuel here now. But that'll be the last of it in this cube. Okay, so all suns have a neo-neutrinium cube where you have a chance to scavenge some precious leftover fuel. Okay. One Neo-N fuel recharged. I don't know what I'm doing here. Improve squadron's repair time while in hangar by 50%. Okay, that's good. That's good. So I guess I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just adding things here. Hull. Oh, right. Okay, so this is... Ji-Chung is good on the hull repair, right? So we've put her on the hull. The squadrons, we've put Rayanch Chow in with the squadrons. And then this is the weapons where you put an officer in to have a bonus, I guess. I assume so. And if we put on a fighter, cool. All right. I think that's everything we got to do here, really. Let's go to the local system map. So, Neo-N depleted, right? So let's go to the next one. Huh. Sir, battleship, 12 o'clock. What kind of a battleship, Lieutenant? Couldn't say, sir. I've never seen a ship like this in all my service. Incoming transmission. An Imperial battleship made from Telos Tech. My mouth is watering. This is Admiral Idaho of the Imperial Fleet. Stand down, Captain. This is an Imperial sector you find yourself in. Imperial sector? That's funny, imp. Okay, prepare to fight. Good luck. Thank you. Oh my word. Right, what's this? You can deploy your officers during fights. Some officers have special abilities that can boost specific systems. All officers can repair critical effects. There are 3 systems, so be careful where you deploy your officers. Squadrons are essential to protect your battleship and destroy the enemy. Deploy your squadrons by clicking on the plus sign on an empty dock. For now, your second dock will be locked until you learn the basics. Fine. Sounds good. Use your weapons to gain a decisive advantage on the battlefield. Weapons can be deployed by clicking the plus sign on an empty dock. Your neurocom can also accelerate your thoughts to a point where time appears totally still. Press space to enter or exit from pause. Okay. Oh my word. Right. Here we go. So, we've got no officers spare, so that's not a problem. I guess we're going. Let's just destroy their weapons straight away. Okay. Oh, cool. This is neat, actually. Let's go. So now we're destroying them. Your weapon has finished charging and is ready to fire. Click on it and choose a target on the battlefield to deal damage to your enemies. Let's do weapons. Boom. Sorry, squadrons. Alright, that's not bad. That's not bad. Okay. Good job, Admiral. Here is a summary of the battle. 59 ding-dongs. What was that thing? Explosions. I don't know, Lieutenant. And I'm not sure I want to either. Holy damn. Get out of here. Go on. Wow. Scrap. Okay, we got 59 scrap. Interesting. Let's go to the next place. What's this? An Imperial outpost seems abandoned. Any heat signatures? Not a single one. Seems empty of all human life. Omni should be here, no? They should. And no, I'm not detecting any. This is getting stranger and stranger. Ask about this outpost. What can you tell me about this? It seems to be just your run-of-the-mill Imperial outpost, Admiral. There are outposts in all sectors. Imperial sectors. With the capital Elysium so far away, they help keep the peace and maintain order. You must show your military might so that you don't have to use it, I believe is the thinking. But there's definitely no military might here. What do you want to do about this? Let's try to make contact. Lieutenant, see if you can make contact with someone, human or not, inside. Of course. Sorry, sir. If there's anyone inside, they're not answering. Right, so let's take a closer look. Captain Lean, form a small team, check it out. Sir, the outpost is empty. Seems it was abandoned years ago. If I had to guess, probably around the time that hypercube back there was disconnected from the fold net. Looks like someone came here, took the most valuable Omni parts, Neo-N encapsulators, positronic chips, and left the rest behind. Scavenging Omni parts, who would do such a thing? That's a capital offense. One the Pragma execute you for. Hold on, sir, I'm getting a transmission. My commandos have found something. An Omni. Intact from top to bottom. Is it functional? That's a negative, sir. It was in a lower level. Guess whoever was here before us didn't go down that far. Might have needed high clearance to get in. Admiral, I can examine it from here if the captain plugs the data pad into the exosoc. Sure thing, Omni. Okay, accessing the mainframe. And... strange, its exoframe is perfectly intact. It has plenty of Neo-N and its positronic chip seems to be in place. It should be up and running. I don't get it. Any idea when it shut down? According to its chip, 20 years ago. Roughly the time the hypercube was unlinked from the foldnet. Okay, let's get some more explanations. There seems to be some more stuff. I have some questions, machine. What do you want to know? Can you reactivate the Omni, Caliban? Unfortunately, no. Only Omni owners can do that. Besides, this Omni isn't just in sleep mode, it's been shut down. The positronic chip? Another Omni invention, I'm guessing. Actually, no. Your kind invented this, as incredible as that is. Specifically, Emperor Oberon. The positronic chip serves several purposes. One, it contains the Rubicon, and two, it dictates Omni functionality. My functions are specific to Gehenna and as such are different from the functions of other Omnis, whether they be Imperial Outpost Omnis, like the Omni here, Folder Omnis, Cube Omnis, Medical Omnis, Teacher Omnis, or the hundreds of other kinds of Omnis that exist in the Empire. Lastly, the positronic chip gives Omnis quantum computing capabilities. It's what allows us to be so much smarter than you. Positronic chips are produced and distributed near Elysium. Of course, that's by design, so that Oberon can closely monitor the positronic quota. Simply put, without a positronic chip, an Omni is little more than its exoframe. The quota? Yes. So as to maintain perpetual harmony in the Empire, Oberon created a quota. Depending on your house and whether it's minor or major, you receive a certain number of chips every 10 years. Who received the most chips? House Telos, of course. Oberon's house. Our house. And the fewest? One of the minor houses. Vicarelli. They have a pitiful quota. Embarrassing, really. I'd hate to be a Vicarelli Omni. Wow. So it's like the richer places are giving, like... The richer places, basically, are getting more of these positronic chips, which will allow them to have greater control, because those are the ones that can give them and power the Omnis, right? Ask about the Rubicon. The Rubicon is a set of rules enforced at a very low level, ensuring that Omnis don't harm humans and don't deviate from their missions. Suppose an Omni disobeyed its Rubicon. What would happen then? Well, that is quite rare, but unfortunately there are examples of this occurring in the early days. But if that happens, then the chip would deactivate and trigger a self-termination feature in the Omni. Omni suicide? It's just a feature, Admiral. A rarely activated feature. Ask about Neo-N. Tell me about Neo-N. Hundreds of years ago, pre-Omni times, the first advanced machines discovered the existence of the final element neutrinium. We've read this. Okay, no more questions for now. It could be a good time to take a break. I agree. Let's continue on. Okay, machine. I'll admit it. Something is wrong. At least in the outer rim. I don't want to further worry you, but our battleship's heuristics are detecting an anomaly at our next destination. Okay, Mahasik 88267. Let's go there. We're running out of the Neo-N. It's one of those creatures again, so maybe this one will be friendly? Vrook. Nice ship you got there. I'm going to enjoy scrapping it over your dead bodies. You're going down, whatever you are. Alright. Let's do it, baby. Each basic squadron type is best suited to fight against a particular squadron, providing it with a massive damage bonus if properly matched. Be sure to find out a unit's strengths and weaknesses before deploying it. So let me... Oh, can I not change that? So we can go for speed instead, right? I can place them anywhere here. Get in. Go on. Get out of here. Here we go. Huzzah! All right. Pretty cool, pretty straightforward. Nice victory. Though we had yet another brush with death, at least our scanner detected the anomaly this time. Tell me more about these anomalies, machine. Anomalies are destinations with a higher than normal probability of being very negative or very positive. Unfortunately, we won't know until we arrive. You could say it's a bit of a gamble. Good to know. Come on, there's got to be someone around here who can tell us what's going on. So I unlocked another fighter, right? Now, does that mean I've got... Yeah, it does, look, yeah. So, does that mean maybe if it gets destroyed that we've got another one to kind of bring out? Maybe? I don't know. Right, local system map. Let's go. Kerut 9. There would appear to be a small colony on this planet, Admiral. I'm also detecting a ground signal roughly 1,000 kilometers from the colony. Could be worth exploring with an expedition. Hello, is anyone there? Bowie. This is Admiral Ellis Idaho of the Imperial Fleet. I am Tigan Bowie, leader of my small colony. What can we do for you, Admiral? If it's scrap you're looking for, I'm sorry, but we have none to spare. Scrap? We're here to find out what's going on in these sectors. I don't understand. We've yet to encounter a single active Omni, and 2 enemy battleships have engaged us. Is this some sort of sick joke, Admiral? The Omni's shut down. Impossible. The Omnis shut down in our sectors, and when they did, so did all of their tech. It can't run without them. How? When? I have no idea how it happened. I'm not even sure Oberon does. It's truly the great mystery of our time. As for the when, 20 years ago, we relied on them for everything. Food, medicine, weather. It's hard to give accurate numbers, but maybe 75% of the population here died in the first 5 years alone. Now, who knows how many of us are left? 10%? Less? Ask how you can help. What can the NS Odysseus do to help? Defeating the Scrappers would be a nice start. Things would look a whole lot better with those scum out of the way. The Scrappers? Don't tell me you know about them either. Don't know about them either. It's like you've been living this entire time on an uninhabited planet on the edge of the Outer Rim. The Scrappers are a group of hideous, irradiated scavengers who collect leftover Omni tech and Neo-N. When the Omnis shut down, causing the fold net to collapse in our sectors, they were the ones who took over in the chaos. They're not the only rotten apples around here with your pirates and your occasional crazy civilian, but they're definitely the worst. They defeated the Imperial ships. How? Telos tech is second to none. Imperial captains are trained at the Academy. True, but the Scrapper battleships wore them down. Picked off one here, another there. It was a war of attrition. Plus, the Empire couldn't send reinforcements. Not with our folder down, you see. I hate to say it, but I think it's just a matter of time before they make slaves of us all. But even if you beat them, even if you beat Mother, it won't change anything. The way we're going, 10, 15 years from now, with all the hardships we're experiencing, we'll be gone. All of us. Unless what? You somehow reactivate the Omnis. Turn them back on again. The ones that haven't been scavenged for their parts, that is. That's the only way to save us. Is there something else you want to know, Admiral? How can we do that? You're asking the wrong guy, I'm afraid. As I said, no one knows who or what shut them down. You'll have to solve that mystery on your own. And once you do, you'll still have to find a way to turn them back on, which might be another thing altogether. But where should we start? I hate to say it, but Mother is probably your best bet. I mean, she benefited the most from them shutting down in this cluster, didn't she? Then again, there are a lot of theories out there about who or what is responsible for this. Is there something else you want to know? Okay, ask about Mother. Mother? You really don't want to know, Admiral. For some reason, that's what they call her. Their leader. Mother. Mom. Mommy. It's all very upsetting. From what I gather, she was the one who started the Scrappers, fostering a punk, nihilistic, scavenging philosophy among their sordid ranks. And who makes up her ranks? Former Imperial prisoners, I think. The worst of the worst. When the Omnis shut down, the prisoners escaped from their Omni-run prisons and psychiatric stations. Mother loves her tech, especially House Telos tech, like the battleship you have. And she and the Boyles who work for her will kill you for it and enjoy doing it too. She's been terrorizing these sectors for years now, enslaving men and women to bolster her numbers and make them into her playthings and baby makers, as she calls them. Okay. Playthings and baby makers. You don't want to know who they are, but since you ask, the playthings are Mother's sex slaves, and the baby makers are, you know, what she uses to make babies. Make babies. Scrappers often die young from their exposure to Neo-N, as they should. Thank Oberon for that. Mother uses her baby makers to keep the Scrapper numbers growing. She supposedly has breeding stations spread throughout these sectors. Frankly, I can't imagine a worse place. We'll do everything we can to stop these monsters. You have my word. Okay. Did she do it? Is Mother the reason the Omnis shut down in these sectors? Like I said before, Admiral, I couldn't say, but if she didn't do it, I'd wager some serious scrap she knows who did. But I don't recommend asking her, Admiral. I don't recommend getting anywhere near her for that matter. Frankly, Mother terrifies me. Tell me more about the Scrappers who work for Mother and control these sectors. Each sector is controlled by one of Mother's cronies. You'll recognize them by their freakish mutations, brought on by their exposure to too much Neo-N. But I sincerely hope you don't see them, because if you do, well, usually you don't live to tell about it. It's not the bravest thing to do, but I'll say it again. Hide. Make yourself inconspicuous, Admiral. And if you're lucky, you'll live another 10 or 15 years. Okay, nothing about that now. Well, I don't need to know anything more about this. I don't blame you. It's not exactly for the faint of heart. Let's learn more about scrap. You mentioned something called scrap. Can you tell me more about this? Well, now that the Omnis have been inactive for so long, Imperial Sol, the former currency, no longer holds value of any sort. The only thing that does is scrap. Remnants of Omnitech, its metals, ship materials, and Neo-N, our energy source. Okay. As Omnitech becomes scarcer and scarcer, which it has over the last 20 years, its value has appreciated, causing people to act in increasingly desperate and violent ways to get it. That's why scrappers want to destroy your ship so much. It's so they can collect its broken down parts and sell them just so they can prolong their miserable lives. But it's not just the scrappers and the pirates who desire the stuff. It's just that most of us common folk aren't willing to kill for it. At least, not yet. Ask about the theories regarding the shutdown of the Omnis. What theories have you heard about the shutdown? I've heard a few, Admiral. Even in times of starvation, people like to gossip. Probably the most popular around here is the omnivirus theory, which is that somehow the Omnis got some kind of machine virus that quickly spread and ultimately shut them down. But that theory doesn't hold water for me. Why not? It doesn't explain how or why they all shut down at the same time, which, you know, they seemingly did around here. One moment, they were working, doing what they've always done, making our lives easier, and the next, they weren't. I don't know any virus that can do that. Do you? What other theories have you heard? Well, after that, you've got your less credible theories, such as... Well, you've got your omni-mass suicide theory that states that the Omnis, upset over their role in the Empire, somehow found a way to shut themselves down, to kill themselves, because they no longer wanted to live. Then you've got your omni-rapture theory, which is that the Omnis left this realm to go to a heavenly realm. This theory is popular among certain fringe religious groups. Whack jobs, if you ask me. And last but not least, you've got your alien shutdown theory, which is that hostile aliens from another galaxy, or is it another dimension, shut down all of our Omnis so that they could easily conquer us. The big problem with that theory is that, as far as I know, the hostile aliens never showed up. And what do you think? Me? I think we should never have become so dependent on the things in the first place. That's what I think. This is cool. I like what they've, like how they've kind of introduced this world. It's quite a lot of reading, but it's cool. I like it. I promise, in the name of Oberon, we'll take care of these scrappers and get your Omnis up and running again. You say that, Admiral, you'll fail, or you'll stop trying sooner or later. Or worse yet, you'll die. But take this Neo-N, Admiral. We have plenty at the moment. I have a feeling you'll need it. And like I said, I know it's not the bravest thing to do, but it's best if you hide. You live longer that way. Hey, nice. +4 Neo-N. Cool. End of transmission, sir. Do you believe what he said, Admiral? Unfortunately, yes. It explains everything we've seen so far. The Omnis shut down in the Outer Rim, and so did their tech, including this cluster's folder. That's why those scrappers now run things here. So what do we do now, sir? First thing we need to do is find this mother. As Bowie said, if she didn't shut the Omnis down, chances are she knows who or what did. If you want to move on, Admiral, open the star map below by clicking on it, and choose our next system. Otherwise, you might want to stay and check out this ground signal I was telling you about. Could be a good opportunity to gather some resources and put your commandos to use. Yeah, let's do that. That sounds good. Okay, now that you've learned the basics, your second dock has been unlocked. Remember to make good use of it while commanding your squadrons. A numerical advantage is often a turning point in battle. You can access the expedition dashboard here. Minimal requirement, 3 commandos. We've got 12. Prepare mission. Let's go. Scan the planet. Scan results. Ejected cryopod. Major threats none detected. Okay, this is the number of commandos sent on the expedition. Minimal requirement for commandos is 3. The maximum number of commandos will be sent up to 10 if you have enough of them. The more you send, the better your chances for success. Okay, cool. So it's best to send 10 if you can. This section displays the types of artifacts you will have a chance to collect. Each type will always yield the same kind of reward. Each type will always yield the same kind of reward, excuse me. This section displays the types of major threats, exceptionally dangerous situations that your team will face during the expedition. Be careful about those. Ground distress signal displays the number of possible retreats your team will have during the expedition. Okay, 1 retreat chance. That's fine. Officer survival represents the chance your leading officer has to return safely. Healthy officers have a chance to come back injured. Injured have a chance to die. An injured or a dead officer will abort the mission, forcing the team to retreat to ship without loot. Okay, so if you're injured or if you die, game over. Well, mission over. The resource extraction meter represents the minimum and maximum % of encountered resources, artifacts included, that your team will have a chance to bring back with them if to your ship if the leading officer survives the expedition. Okay, that's the minimum, that's the maximum, right? The Commando survival meter represents the chances your commandos have to return safely. It displays the minimum and maximum possible number of commandos that will not make it back to your ship. Right, so, okay. It says here then, we know that yes, your officer will return safely if we take... Oh, you can choose which officer. Oh, cool. Okay, fun. So this officer will extract between 36% and 57% of available resources and will lose between 7 and 10 commandos if we send Rian's Chow. With no major threat detected. Now, Jia Chung will extract between 55 and 83% and will lose 0 commandos. So let's send Jia Chung, launch expedition. Lieutenant, Caliban has detected an artifact on this planet that could be helpful to our mission. We have a good idea of where it is, but we'll need you and a team of commandos on the ground to find and extract it. We'll have visuals, but space-to-ground communication will be minimal. We can't risk giving away the location of our battleship or exposing you to potential local threats. Okay. Only contact us when it's secure to do so, and I'll decide if an emergency retreat is necessary. Of course, any additional resources you encounter should be extracted too. This is a dangerous mission, and some of our commandos could die in the field. Do your best to keep them safe. Now get going. The shuttle's waiting for you and the commandos. And good luck down there. Thank you, sir. Nice. Hey, cool. Okay, so that's kind of like a, I guess, chance-based, but like we just watch that happen. transmission module. Signal locate. The line is secured, Admiral. You've seen our bio readouts. What do you think? Should we continue with the mission? Yeah, baby, continue. We're doing really well. Aha, look at this. Ejected cryopod. Nothing found. Ah, really? Shame. Okay, waiting for extraction, sir. Ah, that's a pity. So the big item, we didn't actually get anything. Still, there we go. Come back to me, baby. 126 scrap. I'll take it. That's very nice. Okay, the star map button opens the current sector star map where you can choose your next destination system. Cool, so this local system is explored. We've done everything here, I believe. Yeah, star map. Wow, okay. Each node represents a stellar system you can visit. Each interstitial jump to a neighboring system costs 1 Neo-N. Each system contains different points of interest. Ground signal indicators show a system with a planetary expedition. Yes. Trading beacon, where you can buy or repair equipment. Omniforge, where you can improve the mark of your squadrons. An anomaly, where there's high level risk and or reward. Each time you jump, the current sector's rulers get more suspicious. Each time you jump, they get more suspicious. Once the alert counter reaches 0, they will follow your tracks and try to find you. Being caught will result in a very difficult and unprofitable encounter. Right, so how do I... Okay, cool. Right, so you want to kind of... Oh, I like it. So maybe we go... Where should we go? We've got so much space to go to. Let's try... What's the planetary defense turret wreckage? They've got a shipyard. These have got a mercenary outpost. Let's go to the shipyard. I think. What do we do? Mercenary outpost. We could see. Maybe they've got other stuff. I think we do this. I think we do Had Al-Shai system. Cool. Sir, I'm picking up a weak distress transmission from that escape pod. Hidden person. If you're getting this, I need your help. My pod's engine has conked out and now I'm on a high velocity collision course with the ship Eater. Get me in touch with that pod, Lieutenant. You received my transmission? Yes, and we're going to try to help you, but I have to ask, what do you mean by ship Eater? There's a powerful gravitational singularity not too far from here. Ship Eater is just how it's known informally. You know, because it's swallowed many ships. I was assisting a group of Omnis studying it. I think they were interested in harvesting its energy. Anyway, when they collapsed, I nearly went crazy living on my own for so long, but somehow managed to survive at our research station. Until my food ran out, that is. That's when I jumped in this escape pod with its old engine. I was in here about a day when the engine failed me, and, well, you know the rest. I really hope you can help me avoid this gravitational singularity. Okay, what can we do? How can we help you? In short, get me off this pod. A skilled pilot, if they use their thrusters precisely, could stabilize the rescue pod long enough to pull me out without getting pulled in by the gravitational field. Sir, if we could enhance our short-range tractor beam, it could be enough to pull the pod away from the singularity and towards our ship. But it will require using some scrap, and even then, there's no guarantee it will work. Yeah, let's do it! Use 21 scrap. Boost tractor beam to pull pod towards the ship. Boost the beam, Bigelow. Let's see if we can't pull this pod towards us. Of course, sir. I'll let you know when it's ready. The beam is boosted and ready for activation, sir. Honestly, I'm not sure that beam has the chops to pull me in. Guess you don't have a good pilot, do you? Fire when ready, Bigelow. It was clever to use a boosted beam, I'll give you that. But it wasn't strong enough to pull me away from the ship eater. Soon I will pass the point of no return. Farewell, Admiral. You tried to help me at least. No! No! Oh, damn. Alright. Well... Shit. Sorry. Sorry, dude. Let's get the Neo N from this. Right, let's go and see. Let's go see what this is. Planetary defense turret wreckage. So this is a ground-based thing and an anomaly as well. Hegemona 3. Civilian wreckage, sir. Looks like it collided head-on with something in an interstitial tunnel. Interstitial, that's what I keep saying. Interstitial tunnel. Survivors? Unlikely, sir. Not at the speed they were traveling. There might be a small amount of scrap available for taking in the crash if it didn't disintegrate. Yeah, let's try to scavenge. Captain, get us that scrap, if there is any. As upsetting as this situation is, we need as much scrap as we can get. Putting my men and women on it at once, Admiral. My team's bringing the scrap back now, Admiral. Not a bad little metal haul, if I do say so myself. Hey, cool. Yes! Okay, so it's a positive outcome. Let's take a look at the mission. Scan the planet. No major threat. Select an officer. Yeah, Ranch. Right, you're gonna go for it. Don't get much available resource left, but we could still... At least it's not gonna cost us anything. Let's launch. Okay, cool. We're getting to grips with it now. I feel like this is nice. Okay, good. So sharp senses is helping her here, I see. Ah, shame, man. Shame. So each thing seems to have a thing it requires, right? One of these nine things up there. And then if your commander has that skill, then they clearly do well with it, right? If they don't, it seems that they don't do well. And this required sharp senses and piloting, and we didn't have both, so we didn't get the item. It's cool. I like it. I like the way this goes. Okay, let's continue. 3 Neo N. No way. That's wicked. So I'm guessing the difficulty comes with there being more variety in the types of skills that are required. So where those danger nodes are, like these danger nodes, if that required, you know, discretion or engineering or something, then we'd be in trouble, I guess. Cool. All right. Waiting for extraction. Let's continue. It's a cool system. And we've got some more fuel, some more scrap. Beautiful. Okay, let's go. Where next? Mobius 3. The shipyard. Hey. Sir, I got R&D for you. Sir, I hope you don't mind, but since we had little time on our hands, we went ahead and built a little weapon prototype out of scrap. We think it will really help you blow our enemies up. Don't you think you should have asked for permission first? Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right, sir. But, it's almost complete. Do you want us to finish it or not? I do. Let's do it. You should have asked first, but excellent initiative, team. Take the scrap you need and finish this. Thanks a lot, sir. Always nice to hear you say that. You know how plants feed on the sunlight? Well, your compliments are our nourishment. My scrap didn't go down. R&D is so weird. Losses 53. High energy beam Mark 1. Okay, maybe it'll go down now. There you go. So this 15 damage, 22-second delay. This has 0 damage, but it adds heat damage to battleship systems. So no effect on field unit, but it affects their battleship. Okay, I might equip it and we can see how that goes maybe later. Okay. So let's visit the shop, let's see what they've got. Right, so we can sell stuff. Excuse me. What can we buy? Buy items, we can buy fuel. 10 Neo-N for 20 credits, is that right? Oh, sorry, no, they have 10. Okay, I got you. Let's get another commando. Squadrons. Oh, what's this? The Cruiser Mark 1 Basilisk. Health 60. Takes more damage at short range. It does no melee damage, but it does ranged. Okay. So you can kind of have them maybe, like, kind of camp out on one hex and then shoot at the enemies as they come closer. It's quite cool. Specials. Stasis. Inflict stasis to hit enemies. Move speed minus 70%. DPS minus 50%. Ooh, it does sound good. And this drone Mark II crafter. Massive damage bonus versus frigates. Cooldown. It's got the Alpha Crafter. Create a patched, temporary crafted drone Mark 1 that will disappear at the end of the fight. Why is that patched? Let's do that. So this will create a patched, temporary crafted drone Mark 1. The cancel is taking damage or attacking. I don't really understand that yet, but we could probably, I mean, we can buy it. Maybe we go for the Basilisk though. I like the idea of the ranged. I like that idea. Auxiliary systems. A kinetic converter. Each damage received by your battleship hull will reduce your topmost weapon remaining reload time. 1 damage equals 2% reload time reduction. Or the brutal deployer. Squadron dock recovery is twice as fast, but patched squadrons start at a quarter instead of half their max health. Okay, so it seems to be that if your ships get destroyed, that it patches them after a short amount of time. I think we did see something about that already, right? But I can't remember right now. I think it's something like that. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna leave that though, I think. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave it. And we will... Oh, although it could be good. It could be good. Kinetic converter. It'll cost us 100. Yeah, let's go for it. Why not? Why not? I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Alright, let's go then. Local system map. Let's go to this anomaly. We'll figure out what this is all about. Scrapper battleship, sir. Glick. Shiny ship you have. Think I'll scrap it when you're dead. Okay. All enemies you encounter have specialties depending on their faction. Check the description of their core system for information on their specific battleship technology. So they have brutal deployer, so they'll be able to redeploy twice as fast but at a quarter health. And in core system, all allied squadrons are always in a patched state and cannot be repaired. Whenever acquiring a new squadron, it comes as patched, but with a bonus 30% of unit value as scrap. I don't... okay. Whenever acquiring a new squadron, it comes as patched, but with a bonus 30% of unit value as scrap. Okay, I don't think that's relevant to this battle, really. It's just that all are patched, I guess. So... the squadrons we're gonna have. I want to try this basilisk. And you're going to go here. And I would like to get some... let's get some fighters. Okay, I think we're good. You can guide your units along using waypoints. To do this, select one of your squadrons on the battlefield and choose the destination by holding control. Okay. Let's just bloody go. Go on, destroy, dude, destroy, destroy. Well played, well played. How are my guys doing? Great. All right. I kind of like this this setup. It's cool. Good job. Here's a summary. Encountered anomaly. Warring battleship. Right. Okay. Yeah. We've dealt with it. That's fine. Thank you. We've got 88 scrap. Maybe we go Mobius to the shipyard. We could get 4 Neo. Nah, we're not gonna bother. Let's go to... oh my, we could go up there, but if we go here we get other options, don't we? System will become hostile after the next jump between systems. Oh, right, okay. So if we go there, then that becomes hostile. That's fine. I see, because that's showing us now where the rulers are seeing us. I see. Wicked. I like the way this works. I reckon we go to Kefka, because that's got 5 different things, and then we could run along the top potentially. Let's go to Kefka. Ooh. It's definite FTL. Definite FTL vibes, or influences. I don't know. I'm guessing this came out after FTL. Yeah. Pirate ship, sir. Incoming message. Admiral, don't attack. At least, not yet. I know it's going to be hard for you to believe me. The whole Imperial-pirate relationship is a pretty complicated one, I know. But I'm trying to mutiny on this ship. I got a favor to ask. If you can attack the ship, it could distract Captain Strobe and really help me and mine pull this thing off. Will you help me or not? Ah, the discretion thing's not working. Ask why you should help. And why should I help? Nothing wrong with Captain Strobe, really. I just think it's time I take control. Maybe I'm just bored. Look, I'm not going to stand here and lie to you. If I'm captain of this ship, we're still going to steal and pillage. It's just who we are. But maybe I can appeal to you in another way. We've been pretty successful at what we do, which is, you know, robbing. You scratch our backs and there could be a little something in it for you and your crew from our treasure piles. You gonna help me or not, Imperial? What do you think we do? Sure, Elsie, I'll help you. Hard to believe I'm saying this, but let's see if we can't help this pirate. To your battle stations, crew. Gonna attack me, are you? Well, I got my hands full, but I can still whoop an Imperial. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Thanks, Admiral. With your help, we were able to wrest control of the ship away from Strobe. Now I'm the captain of this here pirating vessel. Now, about that reward I promised you. Maybe I'm having second thoughts. Just kidding, Admiral. Wow, you should have seen the look on your face. How is it that I can help you? Tell her that... Ooh, we need Neo-N. Some Neo-N would really help us out. Neo-N, yeah. We've got Neo-N, lots of it. It's yours. Cool. Cool. Well, so long, Admiral. Who knows, maybe I'll see you around again sometime. Pirates are, you know, generally worthless. But that one was slightly less worthless. Let's get some Neo in. How does this work? Is this like a percentage chance? I'm guessing it is. I'm guessing it's like you might get 2 and 3, but the chance is pretty slim. Yeah. It's like a 60 or 75%, maybe 75% chance. Maybe 70% chance that you'll get 1. Okay, let's look elsewhere. Let's go then to Berries Primus. Sir, a church battleship hiding in that asteroid field. Does it see us, Hawks? I don't believe so, sir. In those rocks, its visibility must be slim to none. Ask Caliban if you can attack. It is possible to attack? We could, though in an environment like this, we could sustain heavy damage doing so. There is another idea. I'm listening. If we have a specialist officer skilled in demolition, we could blow some of those asteroids into their battleship. Probably won't destroy it, but it could clip its wings a little. Then we can move in and finish the job. Right, we don't have that, so we can't. It's a 50-50 chance. I'm gonna continue on. There's no point. We can't risk further damage, not now. We push on. But we can do battleship wreckage down on the planet, I guess. Scan the planet. What do we need? Okay. Chance to be injured to get, what, 37% of available resources, and you could lose commandos. It's not much, is it? We don't get much, honestly. We don't get much for this at all. It's not very good. I think we will... Well, we can retreat. We can retreat. Maybe I'll give it a go. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Why not? She's... Jie Chung is, you know, she's decent. Good luck. Good. Some scrap. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, phew. Okay, good. Oh, no. Oh, no! Ah, no. We've lost one dude. Injured 3 more. Let's continue. Oh, God. Oh, God, no! They'll be alright. What does it require? Sharp senses? Nothing found. Damn it. Ugh. All for 80 scrap. Damn. Kinda sucks. Alright. No worries. Good job, everybody. Go team. Incoming message. An Imperial ship. We don't get many of those our way these days at the clinic. What can I do for you, Admiral? What is the clinic? Before the shutdown, this was a hospital where we treated patients with all kinds of mental problems. Omni-inferiority complexes probably being our bread and butter. Omni-envy, a serious problem for citizens of the Empire. But that was then. Now, the clinic is little more than a refuge for a few of us human doctors and our families. It's not much, but we call it home. Admiral, if I might, this could be a good chance to help the officers and crew with some of their problems. Problems? So some of the crew are starting to worry that their emotionally linked memories are never going to come back. Talking with a shrink, a psychiatrist I mean, could do them some good. Ask the doctor to help your crew. Depressed over the shutdown, I take it. More like fatigued from trying to restore the Emperor's sectors to their former state. I see. That would wear a person down. Well, we'd be happy to do what we can, Admiral. It'd be like the old days again. Of course, we'll need scrap for the job. I'm afraid our days of pro bono work are on hold for the moment. Oh, our officers aren't even... Send over your crew when ready. You have a plasma nuke aimed at your battleship. Try anything funny and we'll make you bleed. Tough lady. I like that. Well, I've done all I can. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm disturbed by these sessions. Disturbed? Your crew members are almost entirely incapable of recalling their most important personal memories. But more troubling than their memory loss are their delusions. They claim to recall dying. They claim to recall dying over and over again. Do you have any explanation for this? Anything that might shed light on this peculiar situation? I wish I could tell you more, Doctor. I do, but unfortunately, I get it. Classified information. Well, just thought I would ask. Good luck on your travels. I have a feeling you're gonna need it. Okay, so clinic is for healing. Right, let's go to Kefka MA 361. Passing through some magnetic interference, sir. Buckle up. Could get bumpy. Got Chief for you. Sir, got a situation down here. There's an isolated fire in C9. This storm must be to blame. C9? That's the primary squadron hangar, sir. We can put it out using Neo-N foam, or we can let it burn, knowing it won't spread to other sections of the ship, but suffering squadron damage in the process. Your call, sir, but either way, we're looking at some losses here. Ah, no! So let the squadrons get damaged, or extinguish it using Neo-N foam, but we've got only 5... Let it burn, baby. I understand. Let's hope Captain Lynch understands our dilemma. It's a bit awkward. So the fire burned out, which is good, but no surprise, we suffered some squadron damage in the flames. Hopefully we'll have a chance to repair it soon. I hope so, Chief. I have a soft spot in my heart for that squadron. Killed a lot of scrappers. And I hope it will kill a lot more. Ah, no way, they're wrecked. Can we patch it only at a thing, right? All right. Cool, that's fine. We'll be fine. Right, all that sexy tech is gonna be my sexy tech. Sexy tech. Right, cruiser, you can go here because you'll have good range. I'm gonna put in a good fighter here. Attack their squadrons, baby. Shit, so that fighter down here got close range with mine, right? So we didn't actually... I don't think we were able to hit those guys. And there we go, all good. We won. We've got a matter destabilizer, Mark 1. Right. Goodbye. What's the matter destabilizer? Okay, so 0 damage with... so, apply decay for 18 seconds. Decay inflicts 2.5% of maximum health as damage per second. No effects on the hull. Interesting. Okay. Right. So I think that's everywhere on this system, isn't it? It is. Okay, cool. Right. To the next section then. Which if we look now, all of these are gonna be out of reach. Right, on we go. And then right here. Scrap a battleship on the attack, sir. Okay. Code red, all crew to their battle stations. There's a trap! The enemy was waiting for you. Its squadrons have been deployed and its weapons are ready to fire? No way. Right, let's take a look. So you've got that and that's fine, that's the same. You've got a drone, so fighters are good. And frigate, but my frigate is already kind of destroyed. If I get rid of you and put you on, I guess we could. Deals 10 damage to all adjacent units, damage halved on battleships. Right, okay. What's this? Anti-battleship battery. Health 50. It's capturable. All adjacent squadrons will try to capture and activate this unit. Fire a projectile, dealing 10 damage to the enemy battleship, no matter the distance. Holy shit, that's so good. Every 10 seconds, 10 damage. Right, so let us send the fighters. The frigates are going to go there. The fighters are going to go here. I'm going to send my fighters. No. Do they take a moment? I see. These are the drones, so let's put them there. Let's help them out. And then we're going to send these here. Uh-oh, my fighters are dead, I think. One of your squadrons has been wrecked and can't be used in this fight until patched. Onboard mechanics can only patch this squadron up to 50% of its max health. For a full repair, you need to visit a shipyard station. Right, okay, so how do I patch it? Can I patch it? Oh, it's now been patched up to a quarter health, is that correct? Is that because of the core system? Oh, no, wait, no, I'm looking at my frigate. Sorry, I'm looking at my frigate. Unit destruction caused dock control system overload. So we actually have time to... We have to wait now. I see. How do I get this to work? Oh, God, I didn't put a weapon on. Shit. Destroy, destroy, destroy. Well played. My frigate is dead. Okay. Yes! Get that. Get the wrecked. Okay, so we need to send the fighters in. Come on, boys. Come on. And then we go. We go. Should have that. So destroy their squadrons. Right, there we go. So now they're repairing squadrons. A bit longer. Yes. Okay, good. Holy damn, that was quite tough. It's quite tough. Okay, so Frigate Mark II Juggernaut. Sounds good. Let's get the Neo N. We got 2 that time. Great. Perfect. Whew, that was crazy. Okay, right. Listen, I'm gonna take a little bit of a coffee break now. So I'm gonna finish this part here. Yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and yeah, I'll see you next time. All right, take care.